I think that everybody's understood that in this game that there's not much loyalty. It's just what can you do for me right now type of situation. But I think that Diamond really uniquely wants to be able to have loyalty with his brother. I think that Diamond really wants Jenard to be able to say, for him to be able to lean on him and trust on him. And I think that he's always going to question, Diamond's always going to question Tommy just because he's not from Chicago. One main reason he's not from Chicago, and because he kind of came in without really asking for permission. He came in with just demanding, wanting his way in Chicago. And I think when it all comes down to it, we all want somebody we can trust and lean on. And this game allows you to not be able to have that. And I think, you look at your brother and you want that's your brother, that's your blood, and it's Chicago. And I think he's drawn to that. But Jenard keeps on putting things in the way, keeps putting these barriers. But as you start to see, and I love how this is written, you start to see that journey where Diamond's trying to pull Jenard in, when Jenard kind of pulls back, and then he's trying to pull, Tommy, we can do it this way, and this doesn't work. So I just love how it's so layered in so many capacities that as an audience, you're always going to be you're going to be rooting for each character. You're going to be rooting for everybody and what they could do. So.
I would say for me, I love that Tommy is an all-in type of guy. He is, I will die on this hill. I think that as much that he has said in the original Power show, there ain't no such thing as a half gangster. I think that he believes that fully. And I think that in the same way, when he asked Lakeisha, he's like, if you with me, you got to be all the way with me. And at the same time, he slid a gun out of the couch and she said, I'm with you, Tommy. And he slid the gun back underneath the couch. Maria, on her own accord, after some time, said, hey, look, I know this world. I was born into this world. I love that Gary has her vehemently saying, no, 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 because he puts her so far back that she's got to go all the way here to say yes. But when she makes that journey, Tommy is watching that journey. And when she says, I'm with you, Tommy, Tommy understands what that means. That means for Tommy, that means he knows now he's got a weak spot. And is Tommy going to allow that weak spot? But also he knows that Maria said, I will give you everything. And Tommy means it. And he says, I will give you everything now.
No, true. No, that's dope. I don't even know how to come back from those answers. It's kind of what Joseph said. I've always said that same thing too. There's no such thing as halfway crooks. And especially in this power universe, there's no such thing as halfway crooks. I don't think Jenard is loyal to just one thing. I think Jenard is loyal to himself, but also he wants to be loyal to his brother. I think he truly, truly wants that. I don't think he's faking. Jenard is exactly who you think he is, but he's also more than what meets the eye. There's so many more layers to Jenard that people don't understand and realize. I think we forget because of the stuff that he goes through. We forget that he was going to the Ivy League. Jenard was going to the Ivy League. He's smarter than he looks. He just dresses this way. He's very calculated, very meticulous, very intentional. And I think his loyalty with his brother was tested just simply because of the Tommy character coming in. I think that there was something that Jenard just wanted when his brother got out of prison. He wanted that partnership, that camaraderie, that brotherly love in business. And I feel as if he's kind of jealous of Tommy because he feels as if Tommy took that from him. He took that position. The position that Tommy has in my brother's life is where Jenard saw himself. He never wanted to be his brother and take over and kick him out and just exile Diamond. That's never what he wanted. He just wanted to be one and two. He wanted to be the Ghost and Tommy, but me and my brother. But now the Tommy came, and now it's kind of just like, now where is his loyalty? So I don't think Jenard is faking it. He is who he says he is because there's no such thing as halfway crooks. The persons that he's had to become over the course of that 15 years while his brother was incarcerated with no father figure, with no older brother who was like a father figure to him. I've literally been out here probably since 16, 17, figuring out my own way, not only in life and as a man in the real world, but in this business, in this world, which is even darker than the real world. And I had to navigate that alone. So I think that Jenard is exactly who he says he is, but there's also layers to him that just wants that brotherly love and bond and acceptance.
I think real quick, I think when you ask the loyalty question, this kind of came revelation right now, is that the loyalty is to the streets.
Yeah.
Everybody else is just pawns. Everybody, and you look at all these characters, the loyalty is to the streets. And that's ironic that it's that way because the streets are not loyal to anybody. But if you look at each character, we're all it's the streets who we're loyal to in the same in that capacity. So yeah.